Well, it brings the new topic of limiting beliefs.
Yes.
Justifying a limiting belief.
Limiting.
So
That is a limiting belief.
it is.
Yeah, brother, yeah. You just
That's
said.
right. But opening up more to this topic
Yeah.
is that we're always attached to a certain story, I'll
Yes.
put it, about how our life's going, how it's been, blah, 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 blah,
Who we are.
who we are,
Yep.
okay? And we're always taking the parts of the story that are shit and keeping us down.
Yes.
So for example,
When we're plugged into the system
that's right,
and we're unaware of what's going on.
exactly. For example, I could say getting a job back in the day, for me, was like,
Pulling hen's tooth or whatever the fuck it's called.
forget about it. I hated interviews. Getting interviewed. When I looked at interviews, I felt like I was getting interrogated.
Yeah.
I used to hate that.
A lot of cunts have a problem with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, there's some people go in there and they're just talkers. They've got the gift of the gab. And also, but when they land the job, they can't do the follow through.
Yes.
They're really shit at that. But they're fucking good talkers in the interview and they tell you what you want to hear.
Yeah.
For me, I had a limiting belief that I was shit in interviews.
Yeah.
Even though I got no problem in talking to people on the street, meeting new people, whatever, I was shit in interviews. That's the thought.
But confident that if you get the job, you can do the work.
Spot on.
Same.
Spot on.
Yeah.
I just didn't like this interview section of a job.
Yeah, you got to expose yourself. What do you know?
Yeah.
You're on the spot.
That's right. But for me, it was like a waste of time. I can do the job. Just give me the fucking job.
Give me the fucking job.
All right? And let's stop fucking wasting time here. And that's it.
Correct.
But obviously, an interview is needed.
That's right.
How you going to know if you're the employer, if you're the person hiring, how are you going to know who's the right candidate?
No, you got to interview.
You can't, yeah, that's it. You can't be just giving people a job and hoping for the best.
It's a natural thing.
That's it.
Yeah.
So, also, I didn't like that these interviews had a criteria. And most interviews use the same criteria,
Yep.
a qualifying criteria.
Correct.
And I used to hate the behavioural questions.
Ugh.
Well, if tell me a situation that you had to deal with a difficult client, or tell me a situation you had to deal with a difficult
A disgruntled
colleague,
fucking customer.
a difficult your colleague,
Yeah, that too. Yes.
And for me it was like, mate, you tell me about the fucking job. Let's
Yeah.
interview me about the fucking job. Can I do this? Don't about these fucking behavioural questions. I used to hate that. I thought it was a waste of fucking time. And I still believe it is a waste of time.
But there's no other way to do it.
But yeah, there's no other way to do it. So my point here is that I used to think that I hate interviews and I'm closing myself off from every fucking interview. But that didn't help me
Yeah.
because I needed jobs back then.
Correct.
I needed to be employed. I needed to fucking earn some money. So if I'm reading a job ad and they're asking me for like two interview process,
Yeah.
I'd bar the job straight away.
Ah.
But that job could have been a good thing.
Right.
So I was closing myself off. And what I learnt later on was that all I had to do is tweak or pivot something very, very small to achieve the outcome. So, and my missus helped me with this, that all I had to do was do 10 to 15 minutes or even half an hour
Yeah.
of prep for the interview
Bang.
to allow me to be armed up during the interview. So I wouldn't have to recall on things on the spot. I'm prepped. I've had the training.
Yeah.
And that little tweak, which again for me took like 15 minutes, just to recall a couple of little issues, And if I was asked the question, I'll know what to fire.
Correct.
And that changed my whole reality.
Yeah, your whole outlook on how things go down.
That's it. Not only for interviews, for life.
Correct.
Because the things that we perceive, our limiting belief that we perceive are so difficult, we can't achieve. All it is, it's a little tweak, most times anyway, a little tweak that some kind of little thing that we need to do, a bit of prep, something before to be armed up. That's it.
That's it.
Have some clarity, a bit of training, and bang, you can achieve it.
Yeah.
But we always look at it as I'm zero and then I get a hero immediately.
Correct.
How do I do this?
Yep.
It feels like it's a mountain. I can't achieve it. And we leave a lot of things on the table.
That's right. And also you gotta understand or maybe analyze what was it about that created that limited thinking. All right. So obviously you don't want to be in a situation. All right. It plays to your fears. You don't the interview process, like everybody, we don't want to be like caught off guard. We don't want to be in a situation where we're shown to not know what we need to know. All right. And that is obviously a fear because it's like, you get an instant feedback of are you good enough for this? And that's where the fear comes from.
100%.
And that's why we don't like it because it's too surprise attack. It's like a surprise attack. No one wants to get ambushed.
That's right.
But what you did obviously was understood that I know I'm going to get ambushed. In other words, I know I'm going to get asked questions. You looked at it fucking logically. You didn't look at it, had nothing to do with what you like or what's what.
Yeah, I wasn't emotional about it.
You attacked the game fucking logically.
That's right.
Like we do everything.
Because I was previously emotional about it.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the problem.
Correct.
This time, right, exactly. The logical mind came in. Like, well, what do I need? Because I'm applying for this fucking job.
What are these cocksuckers going to ask me?
Because if you don't, at the end of the day, if you don't need a job, don't apply for it, and you'll be sweet.
That's it.
But if you need a job, you need to play the game with the rules that have been set.
That's right. And it doesn't change who you are.
That's it.
You're not selling yourself short.
These guys here require 2 interviews, 3 interviews. I remember myself was telling me back in the day for jobs that they were working in the company, it was like 5 interviews for a fucking job.
Fuck. This is fucking NASA.
Yeah. Like they're hectic.
That's full on.
Now, if you don't like that process, don't apply for the fucking job.
Yep.
But I was doing the opposite. I was applying for the job and trying to force these people or force the universe to make sure it's a cruisy experience for me.
Correct.
And when it wasn't, because it can never be, because you can't, the universe is not going to be like, oh mate, I'm going to make sure this employer goes easy on you.
That's right.
Like, you're playing the game. That's it.
Correct.
You got to be armed up.
That's it. So you took the tactical, strategical approach.
Exactly.
To fucking getting what you wanted to get done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
and obviously the part that got you the most was how little you had to do to feel confident in the situation. That's what it was.
Spot on.
Yeah.
And that's what I meant before, that the majority of things that we want to do in life, that we want to achieve, they seem like a big effort. Like a lot of effort's required from us.
Yes.
But sometimes, like, just sit back and think about it logically. What do I need? What will be a logical approach to tackle this thing?
Correct.
Sorry, do you want to say something?
Oh, I do, but
No, sorry. So I was to say
Go, Buster,
that
sorry.
basically. So just look at it logically. Think about it. What do I need to do? And for me, it was like I just had to do a little bit of prep, a bit of revision to arm myself up for the interview. That's all it was.
Correct.
But I learned so much out of it that, first of all, I learned that I was
better than you thought you were?
better than I thought. I was shielding myself from things that I was scared. I had a fear of something.
Yes.
Okay, that didn't really exist. Like, I created these fears.
False evidence appearing real.
That's it, exactly. So what I learned out of it was that I'm good at interviews. From being shit to being really, really good.
Correct.
Not only that, is by going and doing these interviews, I got more comfortable at reading people. I got more clarity on the kind of jobs I can apply for. At what level? I was just applying for a job back then, and it was like, they'll give me $120,000 a year for 3 days a week.
Yes.
Before the interview, I was like, I'll get the easy jobs because they don't require too many interviews.
That's right.
But these corporate ones, these other ones that, are a bit more high paying,
They're going to drain your fucking
they're going to
life.
drain my life.
Yeah.
And I found that wasn't the truth at all.
That wasn't the truth. Correct.
So it opened a lot of doors in my mind.
Yeah, the awareness you get from one simple thing that you've been avoiding for whatever. It could be anything. Could be like, going after some chick, you don't want to talk to her. But you don't know what key you're opening once you go, the awareness key.
Guaranteed.
It's full on. You don't know what's at the, at the other side.
100%.
And our perception of what's needed is fucking blown out of whack.
Completely.
It's never as ridiculous as we thought it was.
Yeah, and that's the point here. The limiting belief of like how it's going to play out is fucking false.
Correct.
Nearly every single time.
Yeah, it's limiting belief / expectation
That's
of
right.
how you think it's going to go.
That's right.
But we're always making an ill-informed decision. We're making a decision because of information that we've gathered and we think we know.
Yeah. And like I said, we keep on repeating these things over and over again. And the evidence that we have are little fragments of let's say the story of our life so far.
Yep.
So you're just taking little stuff that support the case of why you're shit.
Yeah, you're making a blind bet.
That's it.
That's what you're really doing. That's how we live in our lives.
Exactly.
Blind betting.
We're always doing this.
I want to buy this stock. I don't even know what it's called. Buy fucking 10,000 shares.
Yeah. Yeah, you lose money on it, and then all of a sudden, shares are shit.
Shares are shit.
Like, I don't trade. It's for suckers. It's gambling.
Yeah. Diets don't work.
Exactly. Yeah, that's another one altogether, that one. I can't diet, and I've tried it before in the past, and it's just not my body's just designed differently.
That's right.
And it's all these things that are not supporting us.
This is not how serious cunts fucking talk. There is no limit.
Yeah, there's so much fucking doubt.
That's right.
And all it does is just keeps us in the fucking same position could be forever,
Yep.
or until
You wake the fuck up.
something happens, you wake up.
Yeah. But most of the people watching this, it's going to be forever. You're gonna want to stay where you are. You're not gonna challenge the way you think, because you think the way you think is the right way to think. You think that what you know is the best,
shit, yeah.
is the shit.
Yeah.
But then you got to ask yourself, sweet, if the way I think is the shit, has my way of thinking gotten what I've wanted? Has my way of thinking, created any success in any area of my life?
Yeah. Am I happy with my current situation?
Am I kicking any goals of any fucking sort?
Yeah. And if you're not, the only thing you can blame is the decisions you've made in your life.
Correct. And
That's all it is.
Correct. And I'm not talking about goals, other people's goals, and what other people think is successful. I'm talking about what you think is successful. Because that's the only thing. You might be thinking, yeah, I'm kicking goals. I got a fucking, good paying job, 200 grand a year, whatever the fuck. All my friends think I'm a sick cunt, but you really want to earn less, but I don't know, become an artist, for example.
Yeah, that's where all your passion is.
For your passion, but you're selling your passion and you're getting a little tick because everyone else thinks you're in a good spot, which is a lot of the cases. We're validating what other people think, and that's that's making us survive the identity game.
Yeah, that's keeping the fire burning for now.
That's keeping some fire burning.
That's it. That I'm on the path. I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing what's expected, or what I expect is the right thing to do.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah, we believe in our own we believe in our own bullshit. That's it.
We believe in our own bullshit. And something I want to add to before was when you were speaking, I was like, the effort that we go through, all right?
Well, that's required.
Bravo. The effort that's required. Are you ready for this one? Hang on. The effort that we need. So we weigh up things in effort, All right.
sure.
If I'm going to get that job interview, that means I've got to do X, Y, Z, and that's fucked. But what are we really afraid of? We're afraid of emotionally being tested. We're afraid of who we need to become to get the job done.
Correct.
That in our mind, if I say the real word for effort is work done. I'm pretty sure. Work done over a period. Like in training, it's like effort times fucking, weight, lifted over this many fucking repetitions.
Effort plus time equals result.
That. Sweet. So effort is like work put in. But when we speak about effort and doing something we don't have to like overcoming a certain thing, slaying a certain dragon, whatever you want to call it, we're afraid because we don't want to have to muster up the emotional fortitude to do the thing we need to do. And that's what we're really scared. We're not really scared of like, you're not
The
scared
physical
of
work.
going to an interview and sitting down and
No.
asking questions.
Or talking to somebody.
Yeah. John's ego or Ken's ego, whatever the fuck's ego, needs to change our belief on what we think, our identity on, or a belief on.
Yeah, we need to be emotionally on board.
Yeah, correct. But like, we don't even, for me to be good at interviews, that means I have to sell myself in this way. All right. I don't like to do that because that makes me feel a certain way, blah, 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 blah. So all you're worried about is not staying true to your ego. Like subconsciously, obviously, we're selling ourselves to what our ego's idea of what is right is. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. No, because I had these interviews in the past, for example, and that's right. You got to muster up the effort,
The emotional effort.
the emotional effort, okay, of what it will take to get this over the line.
Who do I have to
Yeah,
be?
exactly. Like I remember when I was really like a lot younger, I went for a job interview for an electrical company, and I must have been like 28 at the time, and 29, maybe even 30. Anyway, and I was being interviewed by this 19-year-old girl. And she's like asking me like, what are you gonna do in the next 5 years? And I used to fucking hate that question. What do you see yourself in the next fucking 5 years? I own the fucking company.
You know what I mean?
Like, how can
Yeah.
I answer that?
I see myself fucking.
But they want you to answer in a specific way that I'm going to be here, I'm going to be next to you guys, I'm going to be part of the company, part of the culture, and, we're going to be holding hands and singing Kumbaya.
That's it.
And I didn't like that. And not only that, I had to go through 3 interviews. So I went through it was a 4 interview process, which I didn't know about. So I had to do a phone interview. Then I had to do a online Zoom interview. Then I had to do a 2-hour go there, and they do this group interview of you play this game and it shows your abilities and it was some bullshit.
Yeah, decision making.
And for me, it was like, listen to me, especially with I think it was like around 70 grand a year back then. Like, you're dragging me out of here. I've done fucking 3 interviews already. And apparently, for whoever passes this 3rd interview, goes on to our 4th interview with the team leader. And when I'm hearing this, I just straight away started like, mate, fuck you cunts.
Jumping through hoops.
Yeah, for what? This much?
Ah,
70 grand a year? Fuck that. Anyway, so I become really negative.
yeah.
But then that was my fault because I'm applying for their job.
Correct.
And I didn't say it like that. I thought like, mate, I'm applying for the job. You should just give it to me for who I am.
Yeah, you're better than that.
That's it. I'm better than these people. I'm going to lull myself to talk about whether I'm going to be in the next 5 years with someone that's not 19 years old. Just came out of fucking school.
Yeah.
So all these negative things, they weren't helping me.
It's very pride.
Exactly. So, yeah, the ego had a lot of control.
Yes.
And the emotion was going fucking haywire.
You're correct.
But yeah, that's what it is. You've got to, you're applying for these jobs or you're trying to get into a relationship. You're playing a certain game.
That's it.
Play the game to your benefit.
Correct.
Do what needs to be done to achieve that goal, whatever it might be.
Yeah, you don't know how much freedom it gives you once you make the decision and you attack it with some sort of strategy.
Exactly.
You know, with a plan. I'm going to do this, and if you're worried about what the result's going to be, don't get concerned about the result. Let's get a taste of what it's like. You know what I mean? Like, even if you fail or whatever, let's say you start on a diet, you start it. Don't not start it because you think you're not going to be able to go through with it. That's the fucking dumbest reason. Start it at least to know, to get more comfortable, to wet your beak, so to speak.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Get a taste.
That's right. And there's ways of doing it. Like you're saying, the diet. There's ways of doing it. Like, yeah, you might have tried a few diets in the past, but the more the years pass on and you stick to these things, you get more information. You got more input, and you can attack it differently.
Yeah, that's right.
That's it. Like, we've been through fasting and diets all our lives.
Correct.
If we were to start fucking today, from the get-go with no experience, obviously it's going to be fucking tough. But the more you do it, like anything else, the more experience you get, the more comfortable you get,
Mate.
and the better results going to be.
Bang.
That's it.
Results.
Results.
No problem.
100%.
It's the know-how.
It's the know-how.
It's the fucking
But it's the
awareness.
fucking reps.
Correct. It's the reps, it's the awareness. It's, you're not going into it saying, oh, fuck, I don't know if I'm going to do this. Fuck, you're finished.
Yeah.
You're finished. You got to keep it open. And,
Yeah.
back to that limiting belief, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. And yeah, I was very arrogant in the past as well. And yeah, it's limiting beliefs. It's limiting beliefs of how we are, who we are, and how we can achieve
Correct.
what we want.
That's right. And that's what that looks like. And if you can identify with that, fucking get onto it, because it's only going to hold you back, obviously.
That's
It's
it.
going to limit you.
That's right. You want to do something, just fucking attack it
Yeah.
and work out the details later on.
Correct.
That's it.
Yeah.
Because, if you don't do that, you're going to be held back for fucking so many years and you're going to lose so much fucking time.
But if you don't give a fuck,
Yeah. Yeah, sweet. That's
just ignore it, don't worry about it.
exactly.
It's not
Move-
for you.
Yeah, move on. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, good one, Ken Dog.
It's a good one.